The Black Sea is immediately bordered by Ukraine, Russia, Bulgaria, Romania, Georgia, and Turkey. If you know your history, you'll find there's a pattern to a few of those countries. So at the moment, you'll find that these countries are currently struggling in terms to catch up with the rest of the world. The main reason why is not because of their own fault, it's because for the longest time they were under an inefficient system that would later prove to be their downfall. This was a very recent upgrade for them, as it happened back in the 90s and for some in the 80s, and this was their rise from the Soviet Union. Yep, every state here except for Turkey was a Soviet state, which basically meant that now they're trying to play catch with the rest of the world. This is where the BSEC comes in, or the Black Sea Economic Zone of Cooperation. This basically has it so that these nations will work with each other for a better economic future, and also work together to ensure that trade is fair and that all countries have equal access, along with representation not just by these countries that surround it, but a few countries such as Albania as well.
As you can see in this picture right here, see that there is a trade route along the Romania and the Republic of Moldova, and those two countries have agreed that they were supporting a new type of economic construction that is basically called a ring or the highway route that include capitals from Bucharest and Chisinau, that basically that to share have a connection with the Black Sea and through the ports to allow supporting of trading goods and economic things like that, as well as to boost trade economics, humanitarian, and tourism in the regions to um, connecting the countries that does not have a single budget, and each of the countries has to pay for their own resources, and that the funding of the project is expected to be provided by the Europeans as well as from the banks and the other international sources. And the funding institutions include from the European investments and the route will pass through major cities. And in other terms of the project, the Ukraine.
For the Black Sea, a major economic standpoint would have to be the oil drilling that occurs inside the Black Sea all the time. Oil is a basically a fuel-based economy is reliant in the Black Sea. It's a sea of trade and a sea that specifically revolves around three of the main countries, which would be the Russians, the English, and the Greeks. And mainly, this oil drilling benefits a lot of the Russian exploitations. Romania, a Black Sea oil and gas company that's basically been doing its exploration in the Black Sea for a while, has just finished its recent drilling, and that obviously all that oil will become processed and then can be traded from Russia or other places, other countries around the Black Sea region, and then shipped worldwide, used as a great trading port or other major sources of area and trade as its economic view and standpoint.